Welcome back, everyone. Today on The Explainer, we're setting the stage for a rapid, highly structured dive straight into the crucial updates for June 2nd, 2026. If you are looking to cut through all the noise and get exactly what you need to know, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's get right into it. So, this week, we're looking really closely at the latest from Community Pharmacy Avon and Wiltshire. They've actually just introduced this fantastic new 5-minute summary format to capture key points quickly, which honestly is a massive win for busy pharmacy teams. And this dynamic explainer builds perfectly right on top of that foundation. We're taking those vital updates and expanding on them visually, making sure you don't just hear the news, but you truly understand exactly how to implement it in your day-to-day operations. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the CPCF settlement, tackle those critical June deadlines, review the latest training updates, and then wrap the whole thing up with systems and guidance. All right, Section 1, the CPCF settlement and the confirmed funding framework. This right here is the absolute blueprint for your pharmacy's financial planning for the coming year.
Okay, let's dive into this. Community Pharmacy England has rapidly deployed a whole suite of key resources to help you digest the settlement. We're talking full news stories, briefings, summary infographics, the whole shebang. But listen, the one you need to bookmark immediately is the Indicative Income Calculator. This new tool helps you actively forecast what this settlement means for your specific bottom line. Seriously, do not wait to utilize this one.
Now, the crucial thing to remember is that reading the resources, that's really only step one. NHS England is hosting a dedicated webinar on Wednesday, June 3rd from 6 to 7 p.m. on Microsoft Teams. Consider this your immediate action item. They're going to outline the arrangements for the 2026/27 framework and hold a live Q&A. So if you want to understand the real nuances directly from the source, you've got to register and attend this event.
Moving right along to Section 2, critical deadlines requiring your immediate attention. Because keeping track of these dates is absolutely vital for staying compliant and protecting your daily operations.
Take a look at how this month stacks up. We just discussed the June 3rd CPCF webinar, right? Well, following right on its heels is June 15th for the trainee supervisor registration. And then, looming at the very end of the month is the Data Security and Protection Toolkit deadline. Seeing these dates visually laid out really anchors the urgency of the month ahead. Let's zoom in on that middle deadline for a second.
And this brilliantly illustrates the incredibly high stakes here. For the July 2026 to July 2027 trainee pharmacists, new designated supervisors, those previously known as pre-reg tutors, must personally complete their registration form by June 15th. If you register on time, your trainee starts smoothly. Miss this deadline, the trainee cannot start. It is a hard stop. And please note, the lead designated supervisor has to do this personally. It cannot be delegated to anyone else.
Now, when you go to fill out that supervisor registration form, you're going to need the trainee's Oriole PIN. If they don't have it handy, you can always find it on their application form. But the magic number to remember here is 2. The PIN is literally just the second-to-last number of the application ID, excluding any zeros at the start. It's a tiny detail, I know, but it saves massive administrative headaches down the line. Jumping back to the end of our timeline, we hit the June 30th deadline for the Data Security and Protection Toolkit, or the DSPTK. And guys, this isn't just a friendly suggestion. Completing the DSPTK is a strict contractual requirement under the 2009 and 2013 regulations. Failing to complete this by the deadline could actually lead to further contractual sanctions, which nobody wants. Community Pharmacy England has updated their guidance to help you through this, so please ensure your pharmacy is completely compliant before the 30th. All right, Section 3, Pharmacy Training Updates and Clinical Expansion. Keeping the team sharp, gathering your CPD evidence, and attending key networking events, like the upcoming Birmingham Community Pharmacy and General Practice Conference, are exactly how you maintain excellence in this field. The incredible resource we're looking at here is Virtual Outcomes, which offers free online training for your entire pharmacy team. And accessing it is incredibly simple. You just enter your ODS code, provide your email, select the specific service, watch a short training module, and boom! You get your certificate right after successfully answering the CPD questions. It's perfectly packaged, readily available evidence of regular team training.
So, let's take a look at this month's featured virtual outcomes training, burns and scalds. Do you know why you should lay cling film on a burn and not wrap it? It's a really practical clinical question. Burns are actually the 4th most common injury out there, and shockingly, children account for a full 50% of the population with severe burns. The answers to the cling film question and more are all in this free 15-minute module. It's quick, it's absolutely vital, and it really equips your team for real-world scenarios.
Now, for those of you specifically in Swindon, we've got a major local update. The Swindon Stop Smoking PGDs went live on May 28th. If you happen to miss the launch event, don't worry, an on-demand recording of the webinar is now available through Virtual Outcomes. You simply select Pharmacy Team Training Swindon Stop Smoking Service. It features some really crucial insights from Louise Ross, the clinical consultant for NCSCT. Both pharmacists and stop smoking advisors absolutely need to review this to master the new PGD and the recent changes to the Pharm Outcomes templates.
Which brings us to Section 4, Systems, Guidance, and Surveys. Let's call this the operational hub of your pharmacy.
Let's start things off with TeamNet, which acts as your central hub for easy access to essential information. It brings you the absolute latest updates directly from your ICB community pharmacy team. But what makes TeamNet so valuable is that it's continually evolving. For example, they've got this great informative hub page covering key topics like contraception. They really want this tool to grow alongside your needs, so they are actively calling for your feedback and feature suggestions. Don't be shy about chiming in.
On the systems front, NHS England has recently updated its national standards regarding how pharmacies and IT system suppliers process patient electronic prescription service, or EPS, nominations. A really key component of these updated standards revolves entirely around patient choice. To help you communicate this clearly to your community, NHSE has produced a brand new patient choice poster explaining to patients their right to choose their pharmacy. Just make sure you understand these updated standards and actually utilize the provided materials in your shop.
Next up, let's talk about the guidance for dispensing and endorsing FP10 MDA installment prescription forms. We all know these can be notoriously complex. To solve this, the Community Pharmacy England dispensing and supply team just published a really targeted short video as part of their funding and reimbursement short series. It breaks down the prescription requirements, explicitly outlines the package dose or PD fee, and walks you through concrete examples of correct endorsements. Seriously, if your team handles these forms, direct them to this video immediately. It's a real game changer.
Just a quick friendly nudge here before we wrap up today. The NHS Business Services Authority is currently running a survey, and your participation directly helps to improve the NHS BSA services that support the entire pharmacy network. It literally takes just a few moments of your time, but your input is incredibly valuable in shaping the efficiency of the systems that we all rely on every single day. And just like that, we've reached the end of today's Explainer. But before you go, I want to leave you with this final provocative question. Are your supervisors registered? And are your compliance tools updated before those June deadlines hit? You've got the roadmap, you know the stakes, and you have the resources. Now it's time for action. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay focused, stay compliant, and I absolutely cannot wait to dive into next week's insights with you.